Facebook and also on our workplace. So there may be a lot of you out there watching, and if you're not joining us on Zoom, I encourage you to do so because you get to directly ask me questions here. So, okay, we're going to get started here. This is going to be kind of if you've been with me before, you know that I do a little bit more interactive with my audience rather than just me talking away. I like a lot of feedback, and I like a lot of kind of thoughts. This is a collaborative process that I'm doing with everybody because everybody has an opinion, right, on AI and what's happening right now. And I just really love to hear, what your thoughts are. So if you are with me here, give me go ahead and put in the chat where you're logging in from for me, just your city, state, whichever, so we can get an idea, kind of like national, global. Maybe we'll have some Canadians in here probably, hopefully. Honolulu, I love it. Hi, Judy. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Riverside, Andy, my brother from another mother. Good morning, Cindy. I see Cindy is already telling us that she's from Los Angeles. So I'm here in Orange County, which I will introduce myself here in a sec. Where else? Everybody else from? You guys gonna make me start calling on you. All right. Well, Cheryl, where are you here in California right now?
No, I'm in Utah.
You're in Utah. That's right. That's right. How's Utah treating you?
It's treating me well.
Good. Good. Well, we'll have to catch up.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to get started here. Got a lot of stuff to cover in a short amount of time because AI. I can literally talk AI for days on end, and I'm super excited what I prepared for you. It's taken me a couple of days and also many months of research and things like that since everything's blown up in the last 6 months. And so we got a lot to catch up. If it's your first time, with me, give me a 1 in the chat. I wanted to just make sure I can serve you guys well and know if this is your first time or if you've been with me a few times. So 1, Greg. Hi, Greg. Well, thank you for joining me. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to start my slides here and I will get going because I do not want to waste any time whatsoever. Maya, hailing to us from New Mexico.
Hi there.
Okay. Hi.
Thank you.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about design made easy with AI. AI can do so many things, but today we're going to tackle just this one specific thing around how designs are made nowadays with the AI. It's going to be super cool, and I'm excited to show you all the latest tools and advancements. And if I'm going too fast, just chime in the chat and let me know. If I'm going too slow, tell me that too. So this is the 4th installment of our 8 initial sessions I have booked together for us. And this one, we did, if you have been with me before, we did one overall on the AI as a whole. And then we did one really deep dive on ChatGPT. And how to wield its incredible powers. And then we also talked about the tremendous amount of time saving we can do with note-taking AI apps and capturing information on the fly so that AI can organize it for us. So if you want any of those recordings of the previous ones, just reach out to me. I'll have all my contact information in the slides as we go. So first thing is a little introduction about me for those who are with me for the first time. I am a luxury market realtor here in Orange County, California, and I've been luckily for 15 years or more as a corporate tech executive. And so that's where I blend my technical background as well as my sales background around real estate. And I love masterminding around business, sales, and tech. Some of you who know me might have known me from any of the masterminds that we do, and especially around a real brokerage here. And then recently have founded a systems integrations agency. And of course, I am your Real Academy instructor today. So this is our flow and agenda today. We're going to go through some of the AI design landscape, meaning the AI applications and the AI companies who are building applications for design specifically. I'm going to give you the whole entire roadmap here so that you can see, oh, this is what's going on in AI for designs. And then we're going to tackle Midjourney, which is a beast. And we're going to show you all of the niche tools around that. And then at the end, I will have all the resources and all the links and everything we talk about today. So no need to screenshot, no need to ask me for links or anything like that. I'm going to give you all of it all in one link, and you can browse at the end. And so I just want you to be able to get the most out of this session and be able to kind of pay attention and kind of just be amazed and awe and be able to soak in what exactly we're talking about that. So if that sounds cool to you guys, just give me a number 2 in the chat if you could. Before we get started, you are all with me? Great. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Cheryl. Great. Thanks, Andy. All right. Let me do a little organization here. All right. As I said, this is an interactive session. So I want to hear about what's on your mind about AI and why you are here today. And I'm going to do a little writing here. So feel free to unmute. Feel free to, if you're more comfortable in the chat, just type in, what are you thinking about with AI right now? Just one word, one sentence, anything that you got. Cheryl, you want to go?
Sure. How can it help me better design things in maybe Canva? I'm a big Canva user.
Great. We have that on our list. Anyone else? Like, what are you guys thinking about overall?
How to become more efficient in general.
Hi, this is Cindy, and yeah, just I like that, how to become more efficient in general. I just use Chat GPT and rewrite things, so I haven't evolved into other aspects of what you're going to be discussing.
Yeah, this is great. Chat GPT is basically chat generation. And we are going to show you, because you can use that skill you have with Chat GPT and apply that to what we're going to do here with basically the graphical. World, okay. Anything else? What are you guys all working on? How it can help me create better social media content? Awesome. Social. Automation, I love that.
One of the other things for me is I build my business by working by referral and working with, my sphere and my farm. And so just wanting to start to work towards integrating this more to help me do that more efficiently.
Yeah. Referral. I'll just say automation, really. You just want to do that more efficiently. You want to do more of it, right?
Yes.
That's great. So we're going to talk about almost all of this, okay, today. And so I think you guys are going to be really walk away with a lot of stuff to take away. So let's get going here. So first thing, we always want to talk about, like, just get our mind around all of this stuff. Think about how things used to work, okay, before AI. Okay, right now, this is right now. Okay, how do we listen to music? I mean, what do we used to do to listen to music? We used to have what? We have a little iPod, right? We used to have, tape. If you go that far back, LPs, we go that far back, right? Right. And so that's how we used to do things. And so now we are doing them, right, on Spotify, iTunes, or any other apps that you're doing on your, say, your iPhone.
And a lot of people are using smart speakers to ask for what music they want to be played.
Yeah, I mean Alexa, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me spell Alexa.
Yeah,
Almost.
just an A.
All right, and then importantly for today, how do we get image? Prior to all this AI stuff, how do we get images? Just shout it out. Just stick it in a chat.
Google search.
Google Images, right?
My camera.
Yep, iPhone, yeah. Camera.
No, I'm talking old school camera.
Oh, film. I'll say film. I love that. Yeah. Okay, great. And then how do we stay connected? Right now you can see we are staying connected via social media, but before that, think about that. We call people, right?
Telephone.
On a landline or something, right? What else did we do to stay connected?
What I still do, send out cards.
Good.
Cards,
Mailers.
flyers, bulletin boards that you would stick them on.
Yeah, bandit signs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how do we have meetings now? Right? Zoom,
Zoom.
right? Well, we used to do. What do we used to do?
Well, what I still do is meet at coffee shops.
Coffee.
Sit in a big conference room that's usually painted a color that makes me want to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Agree.
A networking meeting, right? Okay, but just, we can go through all of this stuff, but you can see how our lives have changed. And my key point here, I want you to understand is that AI is going to change all of this stuff again. Okay, and you guys have already understood how changes happen. Okay, and one of the things I want to be able to show you today is that we're going to look back a little bit how things have changed, and we're going to look forward how things are going to change so that you guys are prepared for what's going to happen next. And it's going to be super, super clear to you that the fact that you guys are on this meeting, okay, is going to make a huge difference in your life and in your business. Okay. And this is going to be beyond, what you can even imagine. Because think about it, we never thought we would do as many Zoom meetings as we do now, right? We never thought that we would get, not only be able to do, phone calls, but also be able to take, pictures on your phone and video, right? Content, right? Now, we're not going to remove any of these coffee meetings and in-person things because we still want those things in our lives, but we don't have time for all of it. And so we can shortcut all of that stuff by using FaceTime, by using Zoom, and any other means, right? We can pull up Spotify, iTunes, or Alexa. We can hear music on an instant. Okay, and so let's move things forward. This is how we used to do things, and just get ready because all of these things are going to change, all of it. Okay, and so that just sums things up as we are in the world of possible now. There's so many things that was literally impossible before. Think about self-driving cars. That was literally impossible. Making a phone call from anywhere in the world, that was probably, if you remember, that was previously pretty hard. You had to find a phone booth. You had to, had coins with you. You had to call the operator. You had to have them connect you to the right country and all that kind of stuff. Well, all that, we take it for granted now. But think about how different that was. And it's no different when AI is coming into this world, okay? it's going to change our world again. Okay, and so I want to get you geared up for that. And here's some stats. I want to show you some stats to put things into perspective. Okay, we've seen this movie before. We've seen how things have changed before. Okay, in 2005, YouTube was launched, and it took 3 months to reach 1 million users. Okay, and then it took 8 years to get to 1 billion users. And today it has 2 billion users. Okay, so that's 10 years. In 3 short years, it gained 1 billion users. What took 8 years for it to do prior to that? Okay, Instagram. Everybody loves Instagram. In 3 months, it also reached 1 million users. And finally, in 2021, after 11 years, it reached 1 billion users. Okay, and I'm sure it's a little bit more now, but ChatGPT, we talked about this earlier. It took 5 days instead of 3 months. It's the fastest growing app in history. In just 3 months, it grew 100 million users. And that was only in January 2023. So assuming it grew 100 million in every 3 months, we would be at 300 to 400 million right now. But we know things change exponentially. So we're probably at least over half a billion, sorry. Okay, so we've seen how the trend goes. When something is launched, these are the landmarks. Okay, and to show you some stats around this, how many total visits for all of these platforms that we're on right now? Okay, I mean, these are just mind-blowing numbers. Okay, and every single person spends roughly anywhere from 8 minutes to up to 20 minutes for YouTube per session, per visit. Okay, if you guys want to see all of this data, I've got a link down here at the bottom, but it's just mind-blowing, you know, how it's permeated into our everyday lives. Everybody's on ChatGPT, everybody's on Google. Okay, you can see this crazy number here, 83.9 billion visits. Okay, and ChatGPT is only 1.8 billion. So imagine people using ChatGPT. This is just the beginning. We're only 6 months in on ChatGPT. That it's going to replace how we search the internet. And so that's what Google was good at, searching the internet. But ChatGPT is going to do all of that stuff. So imagine people, 83, 84 billion people using ChatGPT. And the reason I want to point this out to you guys is because you are just at the beginning of this technology, at the very, very beginning. Okay, we don't know when we're going to reach that billion mark for ChatGPT yet, and we may reach multi-billions. Okay, and so you guys are at the very front end of this technology, and learning about it is really going to propel you. Imagine if this was 10 years ago and somebody told you about Instagram. How many people today, after 10 years, making millions, tens of millions, even hundreds of millions off of Instagram? It's because they started 10 years ago. So I want to encourage you guys to start early and be one of the early adapters. Okay, and so one of the tools I'm going to show you is called Midjourney. Midjourney is the ChatGPT of the graphical AI world. Okay, and so I'm going to show you this. This will definitely complement your ChatGPT usage, because you're going to go to ChatGPT, you're going to type up content for social media, for emails, for whatever it is you need, but you might want to insert an image along with that. Well, it makes no sense for you to go out and take a photo of your phone, go drive somewhere, go to some area to get a specific kind of photo, or even searching Google might be a little weird, because a lot of those things are also copyrighted, right? So you want to be careful about what you put into your content that's copyrighted. But with AI technology, every single photo is original. So what you generate is what you can use. There are currently no laws right now around using AI-generated photos, AI-generated art, graphics for your own usage for any kind of ads, any kind of post, any kind of social media. Okay, so right now, Midjourney, you are ahead of the game because there is only about 1.1 million of people that are online and actively using it. And so if you are able to jump on this today, you'll be one of the first. You know, think about 1 billion users, right? You're only 1%. Well, not even 1%, 0.01% of the 1 billion. So you guys are in a great place. So I want you guys to take a lot out of it and really start using it because that's the only way you're going to learn to use it and learn to automate and learn to build everything that you want to build. Okay, lastly, there are a few applications that are on the forefront of this text to image generation, which is what Midjourney is. There's Stable Diffusion and there's DALL-E. Okay, you can see right here, Midjourney is way ahead of the game. They released a version 5, and it's by far the most popular. And this line, I am going to assume is going to continue to go up because they are just innovating like crazy. Okay, so for today, I'm going to spend a chunk of time, a lot of time on Midjourney. But once you know how to use Midjourney, you should be able to use Stable Diffusion and also DALL-E if you want to. Okay, it's really about generating a prompt, a text, and getting an image out of it. So hopefully you got that takeaway so far, is that using AI for yourselves is your superpower. How many of you guys have dogs at home? Just give me a 0 or a 0 in the chat if you guys have dogs. I know some of you do. Awesome. So all I did is I typed in a prompt and literally it was 1 sentence and I got this image because I wanted to show that a superhero dog and be able to share that with you guys on the slide. And by the way, every single photo in the slide are all generated by AI. So this dog doesn't exist. These buildings don't exist. So we generated this from a short sentence. And I'm going to show you how I did that step by step. Okay. But before we can go on this AI graphical journey, we need to know the roadmap. Okay. And some of you have been with me before, so you know a little bit about it, but I'm going to expand on that even more regarding the topic at hand, which is graphic designs. So let's get going here. I want you to think in modality. Modality means what mode are you going to interact with the AI system? When we talk about text-to-text generation, we're talking about Chat GPT, which means you typed in a prompt, a text, and you get a text response back. Okay, there are other systems that can do text to voice. You type in a text, you get a voice back. Today, we are going to specifically focus on text to image. You type in a text, you get an image back out. We're all going to touch a little bit on image to image, meaning you can take the image that you generated, send it back to AI, and have it give it an image back. So image to image experience. And as all of you mentioned earlier, I'm going to talk about how you can build presentations, websites, and any kind of mode of presentations and stuff like that using this technology so that you can build them. And these are what we call niche applications that we can do that, but using also the same technology and combining some of these modalities. Okay, and so if that's good, here is everything you need to know. Okay, again, you don't need to take a screenshot or anything like that. I'll have all the slides and all the links for you, but we're going to go through all of this so that you understand where we're at today. There's literally over 2,000 AI applications out right now. In just 6 months, there's over 2,000 companies have built tools using AI. Some are very big, some are medium, some are small. And right now for this discussion, these are the only players that you need to know. Okay, and I'm going to start at the top because those are the easiest to understand. Google AI, you guys all know that. They have a technology lab that's constantly innovating on all different types of technology. So they will have a lot of tools, not just one modality, but all modalities. Okay. And then we have Microsoft. They have a product called Microsoft Designer. And if I have a chance here, I'm going to show you a video of what it actually does to make graphical designs really easy. People like Cheryl, who know Canva very well. Okay. To be honest with you, Canva is a little behind on the AI game. They do pretty good to try to integrate into their system. They actually do an extremely great job at drag and drop, being able to find assets and put together stuff very quickly. But as far as automating that, they've put some effort into it, but they're definitely not at the forefront. Okay, but if you use Canva, we can definitely do a deep dive on Canva, at a later time. But today we're going to dive into Midjourney. We talked about stable diffusion. We're not going to do that today. We're not going to do DALL-E 2 today, the version 2. Okay, and then we have Adobe Firefly. If you guys know Adobe, they're known for Photoshop, Illustrator, and a whole suite of tools that allows you to do graphical designs. They have, what's the right word? AI-fied all of their tools, which means in the past, when you wanted to use Photoshop for manipulating images, you had to go through probably at least 3 months or some sort of course to be able to learn how to use it, because in order for you to change one thing, you had to click about 5 or 6 different buttons, and sometimes you had to go through a sequence of a whole bunch of stuff in order to change the image in some way or some form. So what they've done is they automated a lot of that stuff, where even kids nowadays can use Adobe Firefly, and they can drag and drop stuff like Canva. You can select items to be removed. You can select items or scenes to be able to add it to it. And I'm going to show you a little video of that so you can see exactly visually how that works. And then lastly, we have all of these niche tools, okay? And these are built up, what's the majority of the tools out there? They do something very, very specific, okay? Luca creates logos using AI. Gamma creates slide presentations using AI. Mixo builds websites using AI. SofaBrain uses AI to stage your photos for real estate. And Balloonery, if you have, it's a funny name. They make the ad creation process extremely easy with AI. Okay, so you see what's happening is all the things that we used to do. Yeah, Mike, I'm going to show you all that stuff. I'm going to give you a quick demo on that. And it's called SofaBrain, sorry, not S. Okay, so Balloonery, all of the things that we used to have to do. If you guys have ever created a Facebook ad from scratch, you had to click here, you had to click there, you had to come up with a caption, you had to do this, you had to do that, you go through the next wizard. I mean, it would take you, like, maybe if you're not super proficient, it might take you 15, 20 minutes or even more in trying to find the right image to add to it. So Balloonery does that for you literally in minutes. Okay, Gamma does presentations. And Judy, I'm going to also show you how that works. Okay, So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a deep dive here on Midjourney. And then after that, I'm going to give you a demonstration on all of these other tools. Does that sound cool? Give me a yes. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you guys are still tracking with me. Awesome. Awesome. So what I want you guys to keep in mind here is that before you create anything, I want you guys to remember to find an AI tool for it. Okay, think about how we used to do stuff again and how we're going to do stuff now. We used to have to go home to make a phone call because that's where the landline is. Okay, but now we have to think of our iPhone, our mobile phones, before we want to text, before we want to call, before we want to post to social, before we want to check our email. So the same thing here. Before you do anything, I want to encourage you to go find an AI tool for it. And I'm going to give you a link of a website that's going to have all the repository of all the tools that you can ever want to find. Okay, but what I've done here with you here is I've done all the research to find all the best so that you don't have to spend hours and days finding the right ones to actually do what you want to do. Okay, so let's get going. Midjourney. I'm going to share my screen here. Let me get my browser up for you. All right, can you all see my screen, hopefully?
Yes.
Yes, thumbs up, good, awesome.
Yes.
All right, this is Midjourney. This is their homepage. And when you come here, I want you to make a note for yourself to click here where it says get started. Okay, this is gonna give you a quick start guide on how to get signed up. It's free initially to use, but you're gonna quickly find out that you may need to spend $10 so that you can generate and use it as many times as you want to learn how to use it. Okay, and I'm going to show you, this is what you can do with Midjourney. And if I go to showcase, these are all AI generated images. Okay, and literally the options and the ideas are limitless. So it can look really photorealistic. You have these, outside things that it created, a cyberpunk astronauts. And this is kind of crazy. This AI created a driver's license. I don't know what that's about exactly, but I mean, that looks real. And then you have all these other artistic iterations. So this is what's possible. I want to scroll down a little bit because I know a lot of you are in the real estate world, and you're going to be able to also generate things like this. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I've been generating for real estate. And so not to worry if you're not sure how that gets done, but you can see people are really using this technology for artistic purposes. Because if you think about what we used to have to do, we used to have to get a pen and pencil out. We had to sketch out this person, and then we may have to get our, watercolor or whatever medium you want to do to make this piece of art. But now, with the simple prompt, you are able to generate something like this. Okay, so on the artistic side, it's extremely, extremely prolific. Okay, and one of my great friends and mentors, as a case study, created this image for Memorial Day. And he wrote this caption about what it means to him for our country to be protected and all of these people that he thanked. This was generated by Midjourney. Okay, so imagine you had to get a photo of this to post for your social media for this particular, purpose. What did you have to do? You had to hire a photographer. You had to set the scene. You had to get a graphic designer to manipulate all this stuff, right? Now with a simple prompt, you could generate something like this for any kind of posts. Right? All right, so I'm going to show you what we're doing here. All right, so this is my Midjourney account, which I've logged into already. And Midjourney uses a Discord chat platform to be able to generate and interact with all its users. It's a very flexible platform. If you've never heard of Discord before, I would encourage you to sign up and kind of see how that works. It's very chat oriented, kind of like if you're used to Slack or Messenger, but you're able to have all of these channels where you can talk to people. Okay, in this case, what you do is you talk to Midjourney bot, you give it the prompt, you send it into the chat, and it generates these images for you. So initially, I had this idea that I want to use a puppy in a superhero suit standing in front of the city for part of my slides. And so this is what I got first. Okay, I thought that was pretty good, and it is super cute because I asked it to give me a cute puppy, so it did. But I wasn't super satisfied. So right here, you see all these buttons. It allows me to choose which ones I like and which ones I like and also want to reiterate on. Okay, so if I click this button, it would take this version 1 and it would create 4 more different versions for me to choose from. And if I was good with number 1, I can just click U1 and it would select that and it would give me a full resolution image of it. Okay, so I started out with this. This was my very first prompt, my very first idea of trying to get a photo of a puppy. So then I thought, okay, well, I own or I have a Belgian Malinois puppy and I would like her to be represented. So I told it, the system, to give me an image based on that in a 4:3 format. And V5.2 just means that this is Midjourney 5.2, which is the latest. And it gave me these photos. I thought they were pretty good. And I thought it was pretty cute, but also kind of fierce. So I kept going. I realized that I can this is a photo of my puppy, by the way. This is Lucy. And so I can upload my photo and ask it to use my photo to make images like this based on the photo that I gave it. Okay, so you are allowed to be able to upload your photos. If you're in real estate, you can upload your client's photo of their living room and then use that as the basis to create images. In my case, it didn't really give me much. I didn't really like these very much. This head was too big. I don't know if this is the same breed. This is definitely the same breed, but it's not in a cape like I wanted. It was in a tie, which is interesting. And these upper two didn't necessarily seem like younger puppies to me. I wanted a really young puppy. And then this one wasn't very proportionate. So I didn't like that. So I started going back and doing more iterations of it. You can see these hind legs were kind of spread out, kind of weird. Again, it didn't give me the capes that I wanted. I don't know why, because I wanted it to be in a superhero, a superhero. Maybe I should have said, right here, soft superhero suit. But it didn't give me that. So I kept going. And I went back to the original one. And I kept asking for more versions. So I got to this version, which is starting to get closer to what I want. They were all puppies. And I love this background. Okay. And so I kept going and I saw that this one I really loved. So I selected version number 3 and it gave me a full resolution version of it. Question here. I'm just looking at the chat here. Karen, thanks for thanks for asking, but no, they did not. But I was surprised one morning when I got the email that they named it Leo. So that was pretty cool. Cheryl asked, if you create something here, can others use it without permission? They don't have the full resolution version like you have here. They would be able to see what you created, and they would be
Okay.
able to see what prompt you used, so that they can learn too. They say, oh, you used this to create this. I'm going to use this to the same kind of words to create what I wanted. So it's very good in helping the community get better and better and better at asking the system what they want. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like, because if I go to Midjourney here, you can see, if I go to a newbie channel, you can see all of these people. This is what I can see what they're doing. Okay, somebody uploaded this. See, they're doing exactly what I'm doing and selecting the different images and continue to experiment to find what they want. Okay, so everybody can see this. This is just kind of like an open chat. Okay. So what I did is I created my own chat with the bot and have it created so I'm not cluttered with everybody else's responses, everybody else's interactions. Okay, so Midjourney just released this one feature I really love, which is taking this particular photo and zoom out. So you see, I asked it to zoom out 2x. And so it gave me this zoom out versions. So now I really like that. I can see a lot of the cityscape. I selected version 4 out of this set. I tried a couple other things. And then this is the one I really loved. And I asked it to create it and give it to me in a 16:9 format. So now it zoomed out even more. So I can zoom out, take that version and zoom out even more until I get the size and the scene that I want. So you see, it's getting to the scene that I want so that I can fit it into my presentation. And then I played with a couple of other things and gave me, instead of a dark nighttime scene, it gave me this version. And I love that. So I asked it to give me more versions of that. So it gave me more versions of it. And I still like that very first one, this one here. So I zoomed out on it. And I'll fast forward. This is the image I ended up with. Judy, yes, we can ask to change the position of the photos. You can just prompt in and just add more prompts and give it more description to give you the results that you want. So not only can you change what's in the photo, you can change the position, you can add things to it, you can subtract things, you can literally anything that you can think of language-wise to give it directions, you can do here. So, some of you talked about ChatGPT. I think it was Cindy. This is no different than ChatGPT, where you are giving it a prompt, getting a result, and asking it to do it over again with something different if it's not exactly what you want. So that's how I got this photo, which I'm super proud of. I think I really love that. Everything looks great. It's got the nice cape. Everything's proportional. It's a cute dog. So that's the first thing I did for the slides. Okay, and as you get better and better at this, you can go ahead and be able to generate this faster than I've done. Not a problem, Cindy. Not a problem. All right, so I'm going to show you what I did here in real estate. I had this photo from one of the homes of my client. Okay, this was actually pulled off the MLS here. And I wanted to decorate it. So I asked it to do it. I gave it the photo, and all I said was interior design. That's all I said is 2 words, interior design. And it built all of these versions. Okay, and you can see I kind of like this one. I didn't like this one because you see the roof is not really straight. And some of the, this looks too empty. This looks a lot more proportional. And I really like this design at the top. So I was going off of that. And then I told it to give me, kind of a modern design. So it did, nice and bright modern design. This one's a little weird. These seatings were sitting out in middle of nowhere, but this one looked pretty good, except the stairs were kind of like no entrance. So that looked a little weird, but this one here actually stripped out the stairs. And maybe there's a loft up there is kind of what they were thinking. So we just keep going to kind of find what we want. Okay, this one, I chose number 1. And this actually looked really good to me. Okay, so you can just keep doing this until you get the style, the colors, and everything you want. So I kept going. I uploaded this photo. This is a real photo of one of my clients again, and I wanted to see what I could do with it. So again, I told it, hey, modern living room, give me a mood board with color palette. So it created a mood board with its colors. All these different iterations. Again, some of this look a little weird, but that can be tweaked. So I picked this one here, version 2. This one looks the most normal to me. And then I told it to give it to me in a minimalistic modern design. And so it gave me all of these modern designs. I picked number 2, really like this black and white. The staircase is all nice and straight. Everything looks good. And so here was my photo. So you could use this for social media and, say something nice about it, about modern living. You can use this for your email newsletter, anything that you want. So what I did, I took this and I zoomed out. And I think it's down here. Yeah, so this is a zoomed out version. And then I asked it again regarding my mood board, and it created this, which I really like because it gave me the full palette of colors of what's in this photo. So this would be something that you can generate, give it to interior designer, and have them use these colors and get all these furnitures and get your client's home decorated. So in the old days, we couldn't do this, right? We couldn't visually see how we wanted to look. We would have to have an interior designer come and show us samples and show us different designs that they've done and pick from that. And hopefully we see something that we like and be able to give directions. Now you can just do that on your own. Okay, more iterations of that black and white. More. So this is the one that we ended up with. So you can see I have a full color palette if I wanted to paint my house a certain way. I can take this to Home Depot and get my colors. So here is another version of it, which is super great. Really like that one. And then I created a modern version of it. Okay. Then I uploaded another photo from a different angle, and we started doing different versions of that. All right. So I'm going to show you something here. So hopefully that's helpful here for real estate. But for some of you, like me, when I am doing my real estate business, sometimes I want to redo my logo. You can use Midjourney for logos. So all I did was, hey, give me a company logo. And then here's the name of it. And I asked it to give me the logo in the style of this particular designer. Okay, and I'm going to show you what that looks like with all the different designers, and you guys be able to see. So it's creating all of these logos for me. So it's not just about photos, right? It's about graphics too. And then I uploaded this photo of one of my clients and then asked it to do some gardening. And so it did. Here's some different versions of kind of a English garden that I told it to do. So now nice landscaping. This one was really nice. So that's what we did. So that's some of the things and ideas that you guys can do around real estate. Here's my logo demonstration here. So I told it to give me a logo on AI technology. So it created some of these, and I can create more versions of it. And then I told it, give it to me in minimalistic. And so it created that. So whatever you can describe, you can do. So I told it to give me a logo for a luxury real estate agent using this particular artist. And so it did. This is the face of the artist, which is not exactly what I wanted, but this is the style that I wanted. So I redid it again, and it created some more logos. You can see how detailed these things are. And then I wanted to make some headshots. So this is my headshot, and I uploaded it and asked it to create some logos around it, and it created some weird stuff here. But I'm not mad. I think I just love all this creativity. So that leads me to start creating some headshots. So here's my headshot I uploaded. And when I first asked it to do it in this particular artist style, it didn't use my photo at all. But I told it to do it in the Dragon Balls style, you know, if you guys are into any kind of comic books and stuff like that. It created this. And then it created that style under the style of manga with my face, but I look awful young in these photos. So I kept going. I kept trying. And so it created some of these based on my headshot. Some of them better than others. I like that my hair is nicely groomed. And then I asked it to create my headshot using the Dragon Ball's Ball Z. I don't know how you say that style. And so it created all of these styles for me. This one actually looks pretty good. So here we go. Here's one that I actually like the best. Okay, so really the creativity is limitless once you start getting in there and start asking it prompts. No different than ChatGPT. I actually find this more fun than ChatGPT because the graphical part of it is just really engaging. And so I could literally take this and use it as my profile, you know, pic or whatever it is I want to do with it. Here's more iterations of it. And then I ask it to give it to me in this style of Tex Avery. That's an artist that does, I think, kind of a 50s style. So this was the first one. And I liked this first version, actually. And so I kept reiterating on the version 1, and it gave me some more different type of things. And really creative, like, what if you don't have any of the artists? I'm going to, hey, Judy, I'm going to give you a list of all the artists. Okay, I'm going to show you where they all are. Okay, so that you can have a whole set of them to choose from. Because that's exactly what I did. I had a list of things, and then I just used them. So this is the one I end up with. I rather like that. Really, really nice. Okay, so I kept playing with it a little bit more, and this one's also really cool because it's really more cartoonish, but really fun. Okay, so that's what I did with headshots. I'm going to show you some of the random stuff that I did. This one's around real estate. This is a real photo, again, of that same house that I showed you earlier. And I uploaded the photo, and I asked it to give me 4 prompts that I could use with it. So it actually generated these prompts for me. I didn't have to come up with these prompts myself. Okay, I asked it to describe. So I uploaded the photo, and I put in the command describe, and gave me 4 prompts that I could possibly use. I read through them, and I go, oh, let's try, one of these. So I did. Beautiful modern kitchen with blue walls, with hardwood floors, and it created all of these versions. Okay, I like this one, the second one the best. It goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, actually, I like the 4th one because everything is super proportionate and cozy. So here it is. Here's the one that I really liked. But I'm not sure anybody could tell that this was a real photo or not. I mean, I could use it for social media posts. I can write something about it. I could write something about kitchens. And it's really nice. I never thought, I mean, if it was up to me, I'm not sure I would have everything blue, but it actually works. So I kept going, got more versions. And then I went into this thing where I'm doing more kind of like some wow pictures. So this is a intergalactic dragon, and I told it to be futuristic. And there's some other parameters that you guys can learn more about later. But this just kind of shows you what I did to get some of these crazy, art that we're doing, so that you can see how we generated these things and get different versions. And I took that one and I told it to give me 4 more versions, and it did. This almost looks like a Chinese, like a dragon lion type of thing. And then here's some more iterations. This one really stood out to me. So I said, hey, give me the full version of this. Okay, so that's how we're able to create people are able to create all of these fantastic photos and images. Okay, so that's the main thing I wanted to show you, how to actually produce these type of images for yourself. Okay, so I've gone on quite a bit here with this. I'm running out of time, but here is all of the different types of logo styles that you can do. Here's all the different kinds of styles in the portraits that you can do. This is kind of weird because we just put in Pleistocene, kind of like a, dinosaur type of thing, and this guy generated all these weird stuff. And then here's all these more styles that you can do. You can do it in style South Park. You can do it in origami, werewolf, zombie, underwater. So that's going to answer your question, Judy, about all the different type of stuff you can try. You can do it in a Tim Burton style, any kind of artists and things like that. You can just put it in, and it would probably know about it. Renaissance, 1920s, 1950s, whatever era that you want. All right, I am fastly running out of time here, and I'm only able to get through Midjourney. So I'm going to have to maybe schedule another one for you guys because I want to be respectful of your time. But let's see here. Let me run through the rest of my slides in a few minutes. Okay, so again, I showed this to you before, the after, the before and the after. Let me just take a quick minute here and get you guys' take on what you guys' thoughts about AI. What's different between before you came on this Zoom call to now? What are your thoughts? Just, give me anything that's on your mind. Feel free to unmute. Feel free to put it in chat. You will send us all. Absolutely, Judy. Let me give you the link right now so that I don't forget.
Mm-hmm. I know. My first impression is I'm no longer going to assume anything I see might be exactly as it originally was. I can't tell the difference.
There you go.
I wouldn't know any of those weren't just the original photos.
Oh, and it's only getting better. Midjourney only was founded middle of last year, so we're not even a year in, and look at all the stuff it's able to do. Okay.
Do you and this may not be for this webinar, but like what their process is for basically teaching the images? In other words, where's their data source? Are they using public images off the internet, or do they have their own private?
It's a combination of everything.
Combination. Okay.
You notice when I upload stuff and they have it, and whatever libraries data they already had, that was to their rights, that was given to them. That was given to them by other companies that were uploaded to them, that they have partnerships with them. Like, it's just anything and everything.
Okay, cool.
Okay. But then on top of that, it's the technology of machine learning is taking the foundations, the images they have to be able to build anything else that they want. Okay.
You're only as good as your data.
That's right. So last thing here, I encourage you guys to explore, to acquire new skills, and then to improve on your skills so that you can do better. Here's all the resources that you need. If you got a phone, go ahead and scan it and go ahead and, that link has everything that we talked about here and all the niche tools that I didn't get to. They're all there to be able to, for you to try, for you to be able to build website with AI, build presentations with AI and all that kind of stuff. I hope that I can do a separate session to be able to show you all of those. Shri asked, any suggestion on animated avatar for your YouTube video? Animated avatar. Yes, they are specific ones for that, and we'll cover that and more on the video side of it, where there's animated motion and things like that, but there's a ton of them. Shri, what you can do is go to the link I gave you with all the resources, and at the bottom, there is a link called futuretools.io. Go to that link and you can search for all the AI tools, maybe search for avatar, and you'll get a whole list of tools that you can use for avatars. Okay, sound good? All right, so that's me in a nutshell. Hopefully you guys all got the links, and I do have a private mastermind email list. If you guys like this and want to continue to stay updated with it, go ahead and go to that link on the right for the mastermind. Just put in your email and we'll get you updated and get you all the latest. If I'm going to be speaking, if I'm going to be doing another webinar on this subject or any other subject, you'll get notified. And lastly, I just want to thank all of you for being here. I'm 3 minutes behind, so sorry about that. And you can also DM me on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way. Feel free to email me if you like. And love to answer any questions or anything that you might request. All right. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye.